And now I'm going to hand over to Colette. And Colette, you're going to tell us all about the fact that Christmas is coming and we've got to do some exciting things.
That's right, I am. Hi everybody, I'm Colette, and as the final presenter in November's Last Resort Support, it's my job to start getting you to think about Christmas. Christmas still sounds so far away, but my kids have started their big countdown. I think they said it was 37 days maybe now until Christmas. So from a marketing your business perspective, that means it's probably time to start looking at your Christmas marketing activities if you haven't already. Now, it will depend on the type of company you run as to how important the Christmas season is to you as a business. But even if your industry isn't one that's majorly affected, for example, you might be a business to business company where sales aren't particularly affected by the festivities, there are still some things that you can do that you should be thinking about adding to your pre-Christmas marketing to-do list. And it is better to start earlier rather than later. In fact, I could have started talking to you about Christmas to-do lists at last month's Last Resort Support, but no one would really want to listen to me talking about Christmas in October. Although in my corporate days, when I worked in retail marketing, we thought about Christmas way earlier than that. We were thinking about Christmas even before July, and that used to really mess with your head. Now, one thing I always find every year is that I always expect December to be a quiet month. And as a result, I usually write lots of things that I want to try to accomplish before Christmas. But the reality of that is that although for me as a marketing consultant, December isn't that busy a month, I always forget that we actually only get about half our usual working days, especially if you've got kids like me and you tend to try to break up for Christmas when they try to break up from school. So consequently, my December is way shorter than I always remember it being, and I always think I can get more done than I actually ever do. And that's another good reason to try to get ahead with some of your Christmas marketing activities as soon as you can, because believe it or not, it will be here before we know it. So as if being a potentially busy work time and a shorter working month isn't enough to get us moving, we do also have to factor in potential lead times. So before Christmas, quite often companies like to send their clients and prospects cards and gifts, but organising these does take time, both for you to decide what you're going to send, what it's going to look like, what messages are they going to have in them, or what are they going to say. But you also then, once you've decided all that, you need to get them designed, printed and delivered. Now, corporate gifts can be a great way to say thank you and a fantastic way to help your company get noticed. But in order to decide what to send, you do need to think about your target market. Have a think, what would your customers really like? What would they really find useful? Now, at this time of year, it's also important to think about what will help your business get noticed and stay remembered. Now, that's both whether you're thinking about corporate gifts or whether you are just thinking about your general marketing communications. A good place to start is to think about what the Christmas experience is like for your customers. Now, is Christmas such a mad busy time that actually you might be better waiting and contacting them in the new year rather than trying to do something at Christmas just because it's Christmas? Sometimes waiting till New Year can really help your message stand out. Alternatively, Christmas may be the best time to get in touch because Christmas for your customers is more of a quieter time. It's really about understanding what your customers need from your business in December and then working out how you can meet those needs so you can start to draw up a plan of action. Now, depending on what you've decided about your customers and how important the Christmas season is to your business, that will depend whether December is going to be a very busy time with a very busy action plan, or not too bad and not too big an action plan. But you do need to understand what your goal is for this period. What is December about for your business? Is it about maximising sales this month? Or is it really just about preparing your customers and prospects for January and the year ahead? Once you've decided that, you can start to think about the kind of marketing messages you're going to put out between now and the new year. So, for example, do you want to encourage people to buy more in December? In which case your marketing messages might be full of special offers and free delivery if you spend above a certain amount. Alternatively, it might be more appropriate for your marketing messages to be more about securing work for the new year. So maybe you want to give somebody a percentage off if they book in December, but to have the work done in January. Maybe that will help you keep the team busy in those first few weeks back in the new year. So you have to do what's right for you, and it really depends what kind of business you're in. We know that gifts and toy stores are naturally going to be busy before Christmas, whereas gym and healthy lifestyle companies, well, they'll be busier in January when we're all trying to lose all the evidence of our Christmas eating. But that's the great thing about marketing. If you use it smartly, it can help you attract the types of customers into your business when you need them. And you can use it to incentivize people so it helps you pull the work in during your quieter months. Whatever your marketing messages need to say, it's always nice to at least try to make things look a little bit Christmassy in December, even if your business isn't particularly affected by the Christmas season. Now, obviously, if you're in a serious industry, applying a Christmas bauble graphic may not be appropriate. But for most people, jollying up your social media posts a little, making some reference to Christmas, well, it just feels like a part of the season. And whilst you're adding a bit of glitter to your images, don't be afraid to add a bit of sparkle to your marketing messages. A few ho-ho-hos and jingle bell references added to your copy can add a little festive touch that your customers might appreciate. And once you've planned out everything that's going to happen for before you break up for Christmas, don't forget to schedule in whatever needs to happen on your marketing whilst you are, hopefully, taking a little bit of time off over the festive season. This is where social media schedulers come in really useful, so that you can still wish your customers a happy new year without actually having to open your laptop on New Year's Day. And if you know January is going to be busy, and you have got a bit of a quieter December, you might want to take some time in December to prep everything you're going to need for when you're back from the festive break. So if you've got a direct marketing campaign that you're planning to send out early in January, or an email sequence that you want to start hitting people's inboxes on the first day they're back in the office after the Christmas break, then why not try to get ahead? Get everything ready before you break up for Christmas. Now, this year, none of us quite know how Christmas is going to look or feel. So you will always need to be mindful of what's happening in the big wide world when you are putting out these marketing messages, because things can change so very quickly. But at least thinking about it now and getting ahead might just help your run up to Christmas just be a little bit less stressful.
That's brilliant, Colette. Thank you very much for sharing that with us, and to you, Phil, for your introduction and motivating us today. So it's overall a shorter sort of session today. I don't think we've had any questions. I'm just looking at my producer for that, and therefore I think we're going to wrap up here. We are going to try and squeeze one more last resort support in before Christmas, so hopefully we will see you just before the festive season gets warmed up properly. So take care, guys, and thank you for everyone who presented today.